So I'm going to wait it out for a bit and see what we can do tonight and see what everybody's up to tonight. I hope Evelyn Moffat and her cousin's feeling better. Hope they're feeling a lot better after having that unusual auto accident. Hoping they feel better. So anyway, we're just having a good old time tonight. We'll check my emails for a few minutes and see if anything's on here I have to know about. If anything's important in here. Let's see. Okay, nothing's in here really important. So we're back here. So I'm hoping that more people come in. Got two people up here tonight. Now we only got one. Weirdo, I guess. I don't know. But that's typical what people are doing these days to my YouTube channel. Not coming in and not showing support. So, oh well, you won't get support either then, bud. So, just kidding. One thing I always do is support people on my channel. I go around supporting. I was just fooling around. I like supporting people on YouTube. It's part of me being the way I am on this channel. We're just on here tonight a little later, as usual. And I hope everyone's doing well. Hopefully we have a big crowd on here because we're only going to stay on here for an hour tonight anyway. Because I got to do my laundry. But, so if people come in here, more people come in, I would stay for a while. Don't matter, I would stay for a while. Find what everybody is up to. So I'm just waiting it out and see what happens and what happens, Now this is doing this again, huh? Are you serious, right? Are you serious? Just Restream Playing your shenanigans again, huh? Restream's playing your shenanigans again. Doesn't it figure? This is the reason why I got rid of it, because they've been doing this. Well, I tried to do this tonight, and I'm going to stay on here. I'm going to put my green screen back when I'm doing this. Because I don't put up no shenanigans, restream. So, think again, okay? There it is again. Now, we're on tonight to do a live stream. If someone don't come in here, then I'll only stand on here for an hour. People don't want to come in. I don't know why. It ain't Easter now, so it's not Easter anymore, folks. So I'd like to know why no one's coming to my channel to join me. So, hey there, Beverly Moffat. How you doing? How are you? How you feeling tonight? So, I hope more people show up here tonight to be part of the live stream. I'd like to see everybody come in and join me on this live stream tonight on Monday night and see how everybody's doing. Yes, I'm not using one stream tonight. So I switched back and forth to different things because I wanted to play the national anthem tonight. So I wanted to use this one. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a good night tonight. I hope everyone will come in to join me and talk with me and everything. And to see what everybody's up to. You know, the warm weather is coming in, folks. I hope everyone gives me a thumbs up too. It'd be very helpful. The warm weather will be coming in, so folks, have a little excitement. You know, come on in and join me in this live stream. I said everybody is welcome to come in, except trolls. But otherwise, anyone can come in here and say hi, how you doing, custom, or someone else, or someone come in and say how you doing, custom, or you talk to whoever's in my chat. Okay. So what are they gonna do for your broken bones? Hey, John Paul, welcome. So what are you going to do about your broken bones? You're going to give you therapy instead of surgery? I went to the surgeon and said, no surgery, but to get home for physical therapy. Really? So what's going on, John? How are you doing? How's the weather out there in Canada? How's everything going with you? Hope more people will show up in here tonight to show some support to me tonight, my channel. Um, you see, I don't play games online. Oh, okay, Beverly. So they say you need therapy instead of surgery, huh? Do they put you in a cast or anything to get that to heal properly? Um, See, I don't go online and play video games. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I like to play them offline. I just like playing games and basketball, and my brother plays the football. I kick the ball for him, or I play baseball or something like that. But I don't go online and do it. No, I'm not an online gamer, so I like it offline on my PS4. But I like playing video games. The basketball game is kind of different. Kind of different. Kind of different. I'm not used to it yet, but I know how to bounce the ball. I know how to shoot it. And I have to learn how to block them and not knock the guy on the floor and get a penalty call on. So I don't want to have that happen. I did knock the guy out, not out like a light, but I pushed him on the floor and I got a penalty. And then what happened is I used the old Celtics player way back in the 50s or 60s, Havlicek, I think his name was. And he kept shooting 3 pointers, and we beat the game, first game. So it's not that bad. But I'm not an online gamer though. I'm not that good to go online to play people. Oh, okay, Beverly. Just listen though. You don't have to type. Just listen, okay? You'll be all right. Um, so I just want people to realize, everybody can have fun on YouTube. I know a lot of fun YouTubers. I like having fun, and there's nothing wrong with having fun. All I ask people to do is to keep language clean. Joke around all you want. Some people do slip out with the first swears. I'm not saying you have to be perfect. No way, no shape or form. Okay. No shape or form. You don't have to be perfect. People do slip out with a word or two. And I don't worry about it. I just want people to have fun on here and be themselves. That's what the whole issue is. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself. That's the thing. Because being yourself is what's important. And also being a good content creator is important. Look at Mike Adventure Sparks. Look at Kathleen's place. Look at Fishing with Paul. Look at what John Paul is doing. All these people. I can mention more too, but I'm just gonna limit myself. I can't remember everyone's names, but we all are good content creators on YouTube. Some people do better than others. They do. They do better than others. But I'm only trying to grow my channel and get up there, but it's getting there, but not fast enough. But it's all right though. You know, Eh, I just want to. I like making friends with everybody though. I like making friends with people. But I did finally get my camera cord for my camera, so I can run my camera. I got the hub switch hooked up, so I can switch the one camera to another to show the printing of the screens, t-shirts, and ball caps. So we got a ball cap press camera on the ball cap press. I got one on the t-shirt press. So we can actually show how it's done. So I like doing screen printing. That's my passion. I like doing live streams. That's also my passion. I like helping others out. I like to see. I go so when I'm done with this, I go in another direction tonight. See, sometimes I go in a different direction and I support different people. Now tonight, I go in a different direction. I go to some Filipino channels, support them. Some American channels, I support them. See, I only do it until like midnight. When midnight comes, if I get stuck on the live stream, that's where all my time goes. Whenever I go on a live stream and I get stuck in the live streams, I love to be with my friends. Then the time goes flying by. That's what happens in this YouTube community. It does happen because we like going on people's channels and getting more friends. 21SC is one of them. Casey Kling is another one. Southern Kling, you name it. And even when it has a live stream, like say of Exploradora or Kathleen's place, I can name a lot of YouTubers that go on live, but I'm only going to have a limited time to mention names. But what's important is we're supporting one another. That's what is important. And that's what I like doing. I like supporting people. You see, some people don't understand why did I block some people. You see, folks, I have reasons. I have reasons why I have to do that. I haven't blocked a person in a long time. I'm not going to now because I don't have no reason to block anybody. All the people that come in my channel are respectful. But in the past, I did block some people. And when I did, people got mad. And they started giving me the business. And I gave it back to them. You see, the whole thing is about me. My channel is about my channel, but it's also about you. You come in here, I help you get followers. But if people complain to me and say, you blocked such and such and such and such, at the day they said that to me, they said to me, why'd you block such and such? And I told them why, and they didn't take my word for it. Until later on, some people found out that I said what about that person, and they found out the kid was not good. And they found out the hard way. And I have a lot of good YouTubers. I had to block some people because one person was not doing the right thing by treating women with respect. I can't have people in here speaking dirty words. I All right, I'm back. I had to talk to my sister that called me on the phone. I never let people hear my conversations on the phone. So we're here tonight to do a live stream. So come on, everybody, and show up. Come on and support me and show up on the stream. And I don't see if anybody. I bet someone gave me a thumbs up. No, they didn't. Oh shoot. This is down. We'll see if anyone did. I mean, I had to reload this. Yeah, 2 thumbs up. Anyway, someone gave me a thumbs up. But anyway, I had to talk on the phone to take a phone call. So we're having a situation in our house that we had that old toilet removed from that closet. I know you people know the video that I made about it, but the whole thing is the problem. Roto Rooter is a horrible company. Okay, they did not properly cap that pipe off when they took the toilet out. They put a metal casing over it, but it didn't seal it. So what happens is the water was coming through the pipe again, and it was leaking through. It's supposed to be capped off properly to stop that from leaking. It was leaking through because the guy put a screw in there to cover. That ain't the way you cover a pipe. You got to put a pipe over another pipe and solder it on with a propane tank with solder. That's what you got to do when you do plumbing. See, I'm not a plumber, but I know a lot of things. 'Cause I know contractors. I have a lot of friends that are contractors that have done that in homes they remodeled. See, I know people out there. So I'm a t-shirt designer. I know a lot of people. So the person that did that bathroom that originally put that in, I met the original owner of this house one time, way back in the day. I don't know if he's still living now or not, but we had a long hour talk. He said he put that bathroom, the toilet in that small bathroom, that closet, because at the time his kids were young, and they were little kids at the time, and they were little kids, like maybe 5 or 6 years old. They had an in-ground pool in the backyard, which we took out. And the kids used to come in the house after being in the pool with their wet feet, and they didn't want the kids running up the stairs with their wet feet to wet the staircase. They were kind of particular about that, and I can understand why. So they built and put the bathroom in. This guy was not a plumber, but he knew how to do it. See, people are smart about how to do. I don't like putting toilets in; they're nasty. I don't like to put them in. But I got a brother that knows how to do it. So But anyway, so he put this in, and so later on down the road, we shut the thing off. This is the weirdest thing I ever heard of, though. The toilet did not have a proper shut off. The pipe down the basement did not have a proper turn off of the pipe. It didn't have a shut off for that pipe. So it had no shut off valve whatsoever, shut off valve. Nothing. So you have to shut it off. And I found out it was hooked to this upstairs bathroom, that toilet was. So I had to shut it off that way. Because then you have to shut it off that way to shut it off from leaking. It's crazy. So it stopped leaking today. It shut off totally. It just stopped. I don't understand why it was not put in a proper shut off for that pipe for the toilet. Shut off valve on the pipe instead of not having one at all. It was pretty stupid. Okay, pretty dumb. So that's why it started leaking again because it had no shut off valve. They put one of those shut off valves underneath. You know how they put it under a sink and it shuts it off, but it don't shut it off fully. You have to have a main shut off valve to keep it from coming back on. So that's the problem. So the toilet is not in there anymore, but it comes through the pipe when the upstairs bathroom's on. It's kind of weird, okay? And it's not. It's kind of strange. Our house is 100 years old. It's built in 1863. Let me see how old it is now. Let's see. 163 years old, this house is. This house is 163 years old. It was built back in the Civil War days, okay? So this house went through many remodels, okay? And some remodels were bad, some remodels were good. But we could not, this house was so small, had only 2 cabinets in the kitchen. We had to add on an addition to our house. So we did, when my mother was around, to have a cabinet kitchen, So we did. But the toilet was in the other room, that small room. It was running all right. But we weren't using the toilet, so we shut it off. We thought if we shut it off in the shut-off valve, it won't come on anymore. And it went off and shut off, okay? It went off. But it didn't stay off. It was weird. One day, the toilet started running again, spitting sewage through the old toilet that was not running water through. It was coming from the street. It wouldn't shut off. And I couldn't understand why. At the time, I didn't know. But it had no proper shut-off. It didn't have a shut-off valve in the basement. It just had a shut-off valve underneath the toilet water faucet. The guy did not know how to put it in. See, that's what they tell you. If you're not a good, if you don't know what you're doing, you don't put a toilet in a small bathroom, because something can happen. Okay? So it did happen again for the second time. The whole issue is if this is what they got to do, and I'll ask the guy too when plumber comes over here. Do me a favor. Take that pipe out, cut it, seal it off, and put a shut-off valve on that pipe and make sure it don't come back on. Or cap it or something, that it won't come out anymore, it won't leak. And take it out of the bathroom and just put the pipe cap over the pipe down in the basement, that it won't come up no more and cause an issue. Because it's hooked to the upstairs bathroom because the house is old. So that's what's going on right now. It was supposed to be capped off. And the Roto-Rooter company did not cap it off properly, because that's why it is trying to still run when the bathroom is upstairs is turned on. The guy must have hooked it into the bathroom upstairs when he put that in. I don't know why he would do that, but he did. Okay? So that's what they have to do to cap that off and make sure it don't run anymore. So that's the problem. So that's the issue we're having right now. And unfortunately, that's why we have to get a plumber over here to take care of it. So I'm waiting for my sister to call a plumber to get him over here to do the job. And to ask me questions, I have to tell him, what's going on. Because I know what goes on in this house more than anybody else that lives here. I'm up on everything. I know how to handle myself professionally. I just let the plumbers do their job. I leave them alone. I just want, if they ask me, what is the problem, I'm going to clean that closet up tomorrow. And then that's room there, because that room needs to be cleaned out. And the pipe needs to be removed and put in the basement and capped off. That's what happened. That's what's going on. They put a nut over the hole of the pipe, which was pretty stupid. It will still come through and leak on the floor. That's the most craziest thing that ever happened with this bathroom. So that's the problem with the house. This house is 163 years old. It's been through many. It must have been in the Civil War days too, but a lot of owners came and went in this house. Well, the first owner had family members down generation to generation, and then one day they sold it, and a drug dealer bought it, and he damaged the house pretty bad and had to fix it. So he don't own it no more now. But the house is pretty old. It's a real strong old house. It's nice. The house is beautiful. I love it. I just don't want to see water coming in the house. All I do is want that pipe to be fixed once and for all and stop these problems from happening again. That's the issue. So that's the problem. So if you have a house having that problem, you have no shut-off valve, that could cause a real big problem. And I know very well, so I know a lot of contractors, and they have their own plumbers, but the contractors I know, their plumbers are expensive because they do additions. They build new homes and stuff like that. The contractor I know has their own plumbers. They have a son that's a plumber that works. It was their father when he built the house. The plumber is their son. So, so if you have a son that's a plumber, you're lucky. But if you don't, then you're screwed. You gotta hire a plumber. You gotta hire one, and then you gotta. They ask questions when they come over. What's wrong with the house? What's the matter? What's causing this leak? I gotta tell them all what's going on. So, so that's the problem. So we are having this little main problem. It's not a big problem. It's a minor problem that should have been fixed a long time ago. Roto-Rooter only covers leaks. Not leaks. Clogged pipes. They don't cover leaks or running faucets or whatever. They're supposed to be plumbers, but they're dumb plumbers. They're not the plumber that I would hire because they don't cover. They don't stop. They should fix a pipe, but they don't know how to do that. Unfortunately, they're not pros. So when you hire a real plumber, they'll cap it off, fix it, and that'll be it. So that's what's going on in my home. So hope everyone's having a good night. Hope everybody will come in and join me and come into the chat and say hi and tell me how your Easter went. Tell me how everything is going and how the weather is. I want to know how you guys are doing. I want my friends to come in here. And I know Coin Captain is still around. So where are you, bud? Come on in my channel and say hello. I haven't seen you in a long time, dude. I seen you in Cajuns last night. So come on in my channel and say hello. I like to hear from you. But the whole thing is that we have situations, everybody has a problem, something goes on in their home. Not everyone has the problem, but they do come up and it does happen. It does happen. It does happen. So it does happen. And unfortunately, when it does, it can be kind of stressful. Kind of stressful. So, but things can be fixed. Things will get better. Things will get a lot better. Okay. There's not a problem. See, I never worry about things, folks. I never worry about things. Because when they have plumbers, Easter was good. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Beverly. I'm glad that you can go to Easter when you're having that uncomfortable feeling. It must have been hard to sit in the pews, all right, because what happened to you and everything. So I'm glad you went well for you. I didn't celebrate Easter this year. We weren't prepared for it. I am so kind of messed up right now about my situations, about the holidays and stuff. My mind wasn't focused on it this year. I don't know why, but it wasn't. And that's my I'm bad, you know. So I have a lot going on right now that I have that are unusually things, stupid things, but some stupid things, some dumb things. But you know, we all go through our quirks, you know. We all go through it. But I'm the one that is up on everything. When something happens, I'm right there to try to figure out the where the shutoff valve was, and I went down the cellar this morning, and I took an hour to search around that cellar to find out where the other shutoff valve was located. And I found out the shutoff valve was switched to hook through hooked to the second floor bathroom, which is kind of strange. Which is kind of really strange to me. So I don't know. Well, we'll find out when this plumber comes over here to fix it. That's good. I haven't had communion with the Lord for a while. I probably have to go back to my old church I used to be attending to go once in a while and say hello to everybody at the church and see how everyone's doing. I gotta find out how a friend of mine is. I got his number. I hope he's doing well. I hope he's still around. He's gonna ask me, "Have you gone to church lately?" He's gonna ask me. I said, "No, I haven't been in church for a while. I've been, you know, I read my Bible all the time and pray and stuff. But you know, but the apostles used to have their communion in the homes. We have the power from the Lord to have our own communion service. We wanted it in the home. God said we can worship from house to house, and you know that's what they used to do back in the day in the New Testament. The Old Testament they sacrifice animals, and that is no longer that's no longer God the command that everybody do now. God don't want us to sacrifice animals anymore. They don't want us to sacrifice animals anymore because Jesus is the supreme sacrifice for our sins. So Jesus became that supreme sacrifice on the cross. So there's no need for any more sacrificing animals on burnt sacrificing animals on an altar. No longer needed. Jesus is that supreme sacrifice that paid for our sins on the cross, died, and rose again. And Easter was the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's what Easter is about. Christmas is born when Jesus was born. So I'm a preacher. I know all the Bible real well. But I do have a worship channel, but the Lord stopped me from preaching on there. I don't know why, but I just have to keep praying over it and let me find out if I can back on there and preach again on that worship channel. So anyway, Easter is about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Christmas is about the birth of the Christ child. So, let you all know. So, that's what that is all about. Everything. So, let you all know. Excuse me. If you know your Bible real well, you know that what different holidays mean. And we don't celebrate Ash Wednesday. That's another belief, another nomination. Everything. I was born and raised a Baptist, so I'm not Catholic and I'm not anything else but a Baptist. But I'm a strong believing Baptist. I'm not a weak one, you know. But one thing that God tells us not to do is judge anybody because we don't have. I don't like. See, I'm not the one that would look at someone and judge them for what they are. You know, I wouldn't judge anybody what they do or what they. You know, only thing I'll say to them, if a person don't keep God's name holy, I will tell them. I'll give them a. Tell them to stop. But otherwise, you know. But if God tells everybody to repent, we only say it once, and we pray for them. And then God takes over the situation about the judgment thing. See, the judgment, not us. God says, let people know what I don't like, and then leave it to me after you're done. You see, I don't force people to repent. I don't force people in changing anything about themselves. It's up to them, not to me. It's up to them between them and God, not between me and that person. I want to let you know that. You see, when I was on that worship channel, the Baptist Church, the Worship Church of God, so I name it, I'll be going back on that sometime. I wanted people to realize that Jesus died for everyone, even the lost sinners of the world that want to live in sin. And the Bible says God won't tolerate it anymore. There's death or life. If you chose eternal life in Jesus Christ, then you're fine. If you don't, then it's your downfall, nobody else's. Because you might just go to hell with the devil. If you rather live eternal life with Jesus Christ, then you got to turn to Him and repent and change your life for the better. Because He didn't die on the cross for nothing. He died for you and for me, and also for the whole world. I'm not preaching a sermon on here, folks. Don't get me wrong. I'm not preaching no sermons on here. I'm just saying what I know. That's it. You see, I like meeting people on YouTube. I like making friends with people on YouTube. When I make friends with people, I'm genuine. Now, if I don't like something what people are doing on my channel and I kick them out, I have a reason. Everybody on YouTube want to say things to you when you kick someone out. They all want to get on you. Say, why'd you do this to that person? Why you did this person? And why'd you kick that person off? Because they think they're nice, but people can be mean too on YouTube. If somebody you don't want them on your channel and they're not keeping their words clean or they're not following your rules of the channel, you normally have to remove them. People got to understand when you are a content creator. Hey, how you doing, Mom? Welcome to the stream. Nice seeing you here. That's what we have to do as a content creator. We got to keep our channels intact. Intact. I love people. I love meeting everybody new here. And I know you're new here. I can't pronounce that. What, Jim Pena? Are you from the Philippines? If you don't mind me asking. Ma for Glimp Limpaya. Are you from the Philippines? I think you're one of my new followers. Welcome to the stream. Nice seeing you here. Always good to see new people. But I like supporting the Philippine people because they're nice. Just like the United States people I know are very nice. We have a time to make a difference. We have a chance to make a difference, to show that we love everyone. We don't hate people on YouTube. Not the good side of YouTube, we don't. The bad side of YouTube, I wouldn't go to. I like the community I am in. That makes a difference to me. It makes a lot of sense to me. The good side of YouTube I enjoy. I don't go to the bad side of it. Okay, welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Always nice to see a new friend. Well, I think I subscribed to you already, didn't I? I think I did. Let's see if I did. Hold on. Did I subscribe to you already? Yes, I did. Okay. Okay. I did. Yes, I did. I subscribed to you already. I'm glad to have you in here. You must be a supporter or something, but I hope that you put some content up because if you do, I will watch it. I guarantee I'll watch it if you make content. So if you make that decision to be a content creator, I guarantee I will watch your channel and share you out. But everybody has a content. Everybody has is a content creator. You're welcome, and I'm one of them. Alan PH Vlogs is one of my good friends. So is Joyce with the dog Lucky. She's a Filipino. I love meeting Filipinos. They're nice people. They're very nice people out there in the Philippines. I like meeting America. I like to meet all different kinds of people. If it's in Pakistan, India, United States, Philippines, Canada, Germany, whatever, I like meeting everybody. I love meeting people. I like to see what other people's countries are like. Okay, thank you very much. I like watching people's content. Hey, Ashley, welcome to the stream, Ashley Brady. What's up, my favorite Why? What's going on? How you doing? How's Sherlock doing too? And how is Maddie doing? And how's the dogs? You're welcome there. I don't know how to pronounce that. Ma something. Ma Olympia. I don't know. I don't want to make a mistake and pronounce it wrong. What's up? Nothing really. We have a leaky pipe in our house still. Well, we had an old toilet. Remember that time I made that video about the old toilet they took out of the house, out of that small bathroom? Unfortunately, Roto-Rooter is a rotten company, unfortunately. They didn't cap the pipe off correctly because it's still water coming through it. And we have to have. I'm doing all right. But we have to get a plumber in to cap the pipe off properly. That it won't leak anymore. That's the problem. So my sister's looking into getting that plumber for us to cap off the pipe. Oh, okay. Wow, you're doing some lot of stuff. Yeah, it smells like sewage still. It comes to the pipe. We had to clean up the floors today, but we're gonna get that capped off. Once you cap it off properly, it won't happen anymore. But it's funny. The one that put the bathroom in, the original guy that put it in, I know they weren't plumbers though. They're only guys that take care of clogged pipes. Roto-Rooter, you know what they are. So the guy that put that in didn't put a shut-off valve in the cellar when they hooked it up. They hooked up to the upstairs bathroom. Oh, okay. So now my sister's gonna look in to get a real plumber to cap off the pipe and stop it from leaking. That's what they need to do. So I told my other assistant that called me. Told my other assistant's being a little bitch right now. So my other sister's doing the talking, being a mediator. Because my other sister has a rotten husband that likes to be argumentative. Yeah, I know. But I amateur put the total in, and so I amateur put the total in years and years ago. The total's not there anymore. But Roto-Rooter didn't cap off that pipe properly. If they did, it wouldn't be doing it still. That's the thing. And it didn't have a shut-off valve in that pipe downstairs. They hooked it to the upstairs bathroom. Well, that was a long time ago. It wasn't doing it for a while, but I don't know what happened. But we have to get a plumber over here to fix it properly. They have to fix it properly. We have to have a pipe, they cap it over and they solder it with a what do they call that? A torch with solder. They have to cap it off like that. I told them to cap it off, but they capped it, but didn't cap it right. I ain't going to run after them anymore. That was like 5 years ago. It's been a long time ago. I think it's 3 years or more, but it's old news now. We have to get a real plumber to cap it off. That's all we have to do. And I told my sister tonight what was going on and what was doing it. I know all about this house. I know this house like the back of my hand. I am really good at this. Yep. And I know this house like the back of my hand. I know every shut off valve there is in this house. But I couldn't find the one that would shut that off. I had to look for another one, and I found another one. But unfortunately, it shut the upstairs bathroom off. So it don't work upstairs. That's the most craziest thing I ever seen in my life. A guy putting the toilet in with no shut off valve in the cellar to shut it off if something happened. The guy wasn't smart. He wasn't a plumber, that's why. But that's crazy. But that what do you expect? The house is 163 years old there, Ashley. That's how old my house is. 163 years old. So things can go wrong in an old house. It's a nice house, but it has problems. It can have a problem once in a while. Oh, our water bill's fine. It's been paid already. It just happened. It just happened this morning. It wasn't running all the time. I don't know what happened, but it wasn't. It wasn't happening all that time though. Nah, it's not running no more. It's shut off actually. Well, she was in an accident with a cousin. Her and her cousin was in a car. Another car hit, and she got a broken shoulder, and her cousin has 3 broken ribs. So let's keep her in our prayers. Yeah, but I know every shut off valve there is in this house, so I had to look for one that's going to shut the whole thing off. And once I did, the leak stopped. It ain't running anymore. It's dead. I shut that off. I don't have no shower upstairs, but I have one down here they can use. But the whole thing is, yeah. So that's the problem that we had. And I woke up this morning. My brother said, "Man, where's all this water coming?" I thought that we had a problem before when they had a shower curtain upstairs. The water was coming down, but I didn't think anything of what he was talking about. Yeah, yeah, she's getting therapy. I guess they're not going to do no surgery on her, but they're going to give her therapy. I don't know why they're doing that, but I don't know what the doctor's thinking. But I hope they put like a cast on her or something to make it heal properly. But anyway, this morning it started, so I wonder if that cap they put on came loose or something. Yeah, Beverly, you're still here, but she ain't typing because it hurts her to type there. Ashley, that's why if she don't answer you, because it hurts her to type the keyboard. But she's listening. I know she is. She's listening. So how's the new house coming along? Everything fine on your end? Hope everything's fine with you and Nate and Maddie and the dogs. I hope everything's going well. Yeah, that's probably what happened. I want it capped off. I don't like that pipe. What they did. I want them to cap it off. I want them to put a cap on the pipe and cap it off. That's what I want to happen with that pipe. I want it to cap off. So that's good. That's good. So did you have to do any work on the? I know you're putting shelves up, but did you have to fix anything in the house that you found wrong in the house? Everything so far so good, huh? Get that wire fixed though. Actually, that could be pretty dangerous. Remember that wire you told me about? Certain things you had to fix. So I hope you're getting those fixed too. You don't want no fires or anything, in your house. But but so far so good. That's good. That's good to hear. That's good. So far. So ex so except for the double tape wire and the HVAC not having any heat up going upstairs. Oh, okay. Well, maybe you have to add some. Do you have any vents up there hooked to the high HV system? Do you have all heated, like all ducts up there to the upstairs? Because usually you have to put an internal vent in one of the rooms to make the heat work. That's how HVAC system, AC systems, central air and central heating works. You have to put a return vent in to make the heat go up. That's what you have to do, I think. Because one part of my house don't heat up good. You have to put a return vent in the kitchen to make the two other rooms heat up. See, the the systems like that are weird. That's why my studio don't heat up. I have to use a space heater until I get the return vent put in. But that's the problem. That's what the problem is. Those heating systems are weird. Yeah, yeah. Come up. I'll give you a link here. I'll put your link in your email, or well, I can put it in the chat. Don't matter. No one's in here anyway. No, there's 5 people up there. Let me put it in the. Let me put this link in the email here. Okay, let me go put this in the email, and I'll let you come up. It's in the email, so you'll see it. Okay, it's in your email. So my studio and my kitchen don't heat up. But I have the other side of the old house, the old part, heats up nicely because there's a turn vent in it. But I want to put one in the kitchen to make the two other rooms heat up. Some central air and central heating works weird. Just stupid systems they put in. So okay, so salt on my hand. I'm not using that one stream, and I'm using Restream, so let you know. So anyway, I don't know if all central air and central heating systems are all like that, but mine is. You got to put a turn vent in another area of the house, or it won't blow the air in. That's the thing. You know, it's crazy but true. That's what happens when that's what happens when you have something different heating systems like that. So I don't know. I couldn't explain them, but they are funny. Mine, the way we have a system that cost us a lot of money, and a stupid contractor killed our central air system, the AAC system, but the heating system still works on it. So that's what's going on about our system. I don't know if all AC systems are like that. I don't know. But if it's not blowing any air, And I don't know what kind of system you have that's put in that house. I got a cut right there on my finger too. Huh. I didn't know I had. So I don't know how I did that now. Yeah, it's a cut. Must have. What have I been? What did I been messing with the other day? Probably was doing something with something. I can't remember. I must have put a blister on my hand or something. I'll get better. I'll just get some of my stuff out of my first aid kit and clean it up and put it on there and bandage up the finger for a bit. But I'm hoping everyone will come in tonight to join me on this live stream on my channel, Custom Screen Print. See, I have a AC central heat and central air. So I don't know if they all run the same, but mine won't blow no hot air in that studio. Don't have the strength to heat up the room, and in the I don't know, stupid heating system we have. But I'll clean this later. Come on in, Ashley, when you're able to come up. Um, I'll leave that thing on and see when she comes up. I'll let her in when she's done with the dogs. Um, so more people come in tonight on my YouTube channel, Custom Screen Printing. We're gonna be on here for a little bit, so I'm waiting for Ashley Brady to show up. I can let her in. I use this Restream sometimes. I use my other one, um, OneStream, for my channel too. I paid for OneStream, but I figured to use this one because I can use the national anthem on here, so I can actually use the national anthem on here when I can play it. But OneStream won't let you do it, unfortunately. So, but OneStream don't kick you off. I don't think Ashley would be kicked off if she come up here. but Cajun does get kicked off of here. But Ashley never got kicked off here, so we'll wait and see if she shows up here. So hmm. Hey, Porchman. Good evening to you. How are you doing? What are you doing right now, Porchman? You watching another movie right now? Watching another movie right now, bud? I'm waiting for Ashley to come back in. I mean, she's got to come up with the panel. So, how's the internet working with you tonight, there, Porchman? Because last time you were on Cajun stream that night, your internet wasn't working that great. So, what was wrong with your internet? Is it all right now? Excuse me, is it all right now? Oh, okay, no problem, bud. Hey, if your body needs rest, you need rest. Nothing wrong with it. So, hope you're feeling all right. I hope you're not sick, are you? Oh, it's a tyrant. Okay, okay. It's been a rough day then. Okay, that's good. Just take it easy and rest then, all right? Not a bad idea. We had an unusual day in my house too. See, my house is 163 years old there, poor trim. And something I don't know if the pipe thing came loose and it started leaking. Oh, really? Serious? Who'd you have for internet provider? Who's your internet provider that you're having trouble with? The Spectrum or AT&T or here's Ashley now. Okay. Hey, Ashley Brady, what's up?
What's up?
So, what kind of AC system do you have?
I don't have shit. You so this is what ticks me off. I know better. Hold on.
Okay.
Why is this not working? It's just
What what's not working?
well, I don't want my avatar on cuz I look like poop. But it's whatever. We'll just go like that. So, what ticks me off is you mentioned like the cold air return vents. And I guess when you're buying a place, you're so excited to be in the process of purchasing a home. I know that a house should have that. And until you mentioned it, I haven't even thought about it. There isn't a single cold air return vent in any of these ceilings.
No, let me explain what I mean. All right, hold on for a minute. All right, when you have what kind of heating system do you have?
Gas, forced air.
Oh, gas forced air. Okay. Usually the heating system we did have central air, but the fucking excuse my language, contractor killed it on me, killed it on us. So that jerk's still locked up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't care what happens to that ass anyway. But he's still locked up in the halfway house because Massachusetts laws suck.
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't give you any, they don't take care of proper things and someone does something wrong. But this AC system we have in the house cost us a lot of money. All right, this
Sure.
is a lot of money. So the AC system now don't work anymore. They had to disconnect it because the bozo caused it to leak. So he put leaks in the system, and we had coverage on it from a company that wouldn't fix it. So it's out there rotting out. Okay, it's killing me.
Yep.
But the heat system works good. But the only problem I'm having right now is my studio where I print my shirts don't have no heat in that room, and the kitchen don't have no heat. So I have to build an return vent to cut a hole in the floor, put a vent in there, and can extend it out to another duct to that other place to make the air, the cold air, get sucked out and let the warm air come up. That's the
Uh-huh.
heat system I have. So that's what it has to done to mine because when the con did the house, the jerk didn't want to go out of his way. He wanted the money for his house. He was stealing money from the customers,
Right.
and he got caught and he's in jail. So he stole from a doctor. He stole from a lawyer. You don't do that stuff. You're gonna get caught. And the guy's a jerk. He got in trouble before with the law, and they shut him down. And then he had another contracting business. His brother's name was part of his company, and he got cracked. But they said now he's getting so old, and they're also looking into him because they think he has money hidden somewhere. And when they said
Probably.
if they catch him, they're going to put him in a real prison. That's what they said. And then whatever happens when he goes in a real prison, they said we don't care.
Yeah.
And the manager Greg is part of it. So if they said they catch him picking up money for that guy, he'll go to jail with them.
Hmm.
So they're watching him. He's getting
Well, good.
older, he's slower, but they still think he's hiding the money somewhere.
I wouldn't put it past him. Definitely
But
wouldn't put it past that, or it was spent. I have a friend, and her dad has a tree business, and he's not like crooked like this dude or anything. He did spend time in jail or prison back in the day when he was young, but he turned his life around. Um, and his brother and him, I think, used to work together, and then his brother branched out and has his own tree business, and he has his own tree business. Well, when you have a lot of you have a lot of money like that, you have to make it disappear. So if you don't withdraw it, which he doesn't do, he actually spends it. So I wouldn't put it past this guy, like you said, to have it hidden somewhere, and unless somebody rats the dude out and they're holding on to it and not touching it, or he's got it, buried or whatever.
his
Uh,
wife left. Now, my wife she had before, I had one wife before then, and she divorced him, so he got in trouble. And now this
mhm.
lady is with him anymore either. He's a jerk. He fixed the Mansfield house up like a palace. He was stealing money from the customers,
Oh,
not finishing.
he was embezzling.
Yeah, and he was putting it into his house.
Mhm.
So, and he didn't cement the floor down the basement in our house either. So, he was really.
Wow.
So it's still a dirt floor. But
Yeah, you'll have that, but yeah, if they'll get on you if you have, which is crazy to me, if you have too much. Like I said, his I don't know the deal. I know he's an honest worker. I know people. This old lady, she's it's insane how people just. This old lady came up to me casually, and she's been a customer for years, and she's she's a crook in her own ways because she doesn't have a lot of money. She's on a fixed income, and he did work for her, and she complained, and she said, I'm not paying you. Well, he could have went after her, but he felt bad. He's an honest dude. He felt bad, so he just never went after her for the money, and she got a bunch of trees cut down for free. But this woman had the audacity to come up to me a week or two ago and was like, hey. I said, oh, hi, how you doing, Carol? She said, I need money for my prescription. I need $5.20. And I was like, just casually, I'm like, sorry, I don't carry cash on me. Oh, well, it's only $5.20. And I was like, yeah, sorry, I don't carry cash on me. Same woman that cheated this guy who's an honest guy, because there's good and bad, out of money. And this dude, he should have went after her because she's pulled this crap on several companies, and they've all just felt sorry for her and let her get away with it. But
Okay.
it, it works both ways. But yeah, she just said, I don't know, my friend, that's the daughter, she just said that her dad gets notifications like, you got too much money, where's it going or whatever, you got to get rid of it. So I don't know what the deal is with that either.
Oh wow.
I think, huh?
You better do something. Take it out of the bank and keep it stored in the safe. I don't
No,
know.
he's a pain. Well, I'm sure he has money saved, but he spends a lot of money. He goes and like bids on auctions and gets like pallets of shit. It's weird. But
Oh, okay.
it my thing is if you're a businessman and you're successful, that should be your money. You shouldn't have to explain, why you've got X amount sitting in a bank if you are online and registered. He's a businessman. He's got business cards, websites, like
Okay.
it's weird. I don't know. So that dude's definitely probably got money hidden somewhere for sure for being a
Mm-hmm.
con artist. It's
Yep.
it's like the guy that I dealt with. And that asshole, Nate texted him a week or two ago, still haven't heard word. Hey, what about our security deposit? Nothing. Still nothing. And I told Nate, I said we shouldn't even pay him for the last month we're here. No, and I get it. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be honest. If we're gonna be here, we'll pay him for 2 weeks. That's $710. Well, now look, here we are months later, and asshole still hasn't told us where's our security deposit,
I
other
wouldn't have
than other than some holes in the wall from where we hung pictures or drilled for wall mounts for the TVs.
You're out of there now.
One. Yeah, oh yeah, we're out of there. But I cleaned that whole entire house. Um, and again, other than holes in the wall, the yard was picked up. It was cut. The
Yeah.
the dog poop was picked up. Like the garage was cleaned. We power washed it. We vacuumed. We shop vacked. We swept. Yeah,
Well,
he.
I'd tell him when you want the money back, or you're gonna go see someone about. I wouldn't let him get away with it. I wouldn't let him get away with anything. I would go after him because it's your money. You should have it. So
I would say at the least, and this is being generous. So I want to say our rent was 14, but they did something weird with the security deposit to where it was like 12 something.
yeah.
So out of $1,200, being generous, we should at least get 800 back. And that's being
Yeah.
kind, giving him more than enough room to where we should get more than that back. What, that's $600? What, 8, 9, 10, 11? No, $400. So that's being generous.
But he's not generous, so you might as well just forget
Oh
him.
no, I guarantee you he's going to keep the money. And that's why I told Nate we paid him $710 rent. We should have just not paid him because I
I
haven't
wouldn't have
heard.
paid.
No, take me to
I would,
small claims court, and I could have easily reported you for the bugs that were there, the plumbing that came up with sewage out of the tub and the toilet onto the floors, the heat not being in the back rooms. It stated that it had central air, which is another reason why we moved in. We had to turn around and buy 2 AC units to cool the house because we were fine, but the dogs were panting like they were too hot. Yeah, not
mm,
not not good. The floors were coming up. It was
that
horrible.
place. That place is a dump.
Mm-hmm. And you're gonna withhold money from us. Yeah, I should have never paid his ass.
I know. I wouldn't have forgiven nothing. That's the
Should have.
craziest thing. Should
Yeah,
never
I should.
gave.
Nope, I should have told him I'll pay you your last month's rent when you pay me my security deposit.
He screwed you over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing. If you got a crook, you don't try to pay him any more money because they'll keep all the money you give him. They'll never give it back to you.
Yeah, but the only issue with crooks is crooks have money because they know how to play, and if he were to take us to court, money talks, you know. So he could have paid a good bit to win his case, and
Well,
we're
people like that.
nobodies.
Well, people like that guy who went to jail that did my house.
Hmm.
He thought no one could catch him, but he screwed the wrong person over, and he went
You
to jail.
you guys put him in jail?
I didn't do it. The doctor did. I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, because
He,
that doctor, hell yeah, good on that doctor. And
he
that's
screwed him.
I like doctors for that because people say some people talk crap about doctors, but my daughter's dad told me that okay, you can go take Maddie to go get her shots, and he's like her insurance is good to go. So I took
Okay.
her to get her shots, and everything seemed to be okay. And a
Hmm.
couple days later, they came back and they were like, "Oh, you missed the insurance activation date by like, I don't know, X amount of days." It was like a couple of days. So my doctor, which I know they get tax write-offs, whatever, like they're generous, but they don't have to. He actually paid a majority, which is crazy because shots were like two or three shots was like 700 bucks. And I think I ended up having to pay like two out of pocket because he covered majority of them. But that's nice. He didn't have to, and he'll get a write off for it. But still, not a lot of people go out of their way. But yeah, doctors, they're pretty awesome for that.
He left
And
his
he would,
house. He left that doctor's house unfinished. That's what he did.
yeah, oh yeah, karma will catch up to you.
And he's in jail still. He's still locked up. He's getting older every day. And the state said the states suck in Massachusetts. They all suck. I'm going
Hmm.
to tell you, these laws over here suck. Because if they had any stricter things, they wouldn't allow him to open another business, which he did. It's the second time he got in trouble, and they didn't stop him. So the whole problem is he said to us, this is what he told us. Oh, I don't care if you report me. I'll come. I'll get back out and I'll go back into business again. I don't give a shit what they do to me. That's what he said. I know the laws. I don't care. Put me in jail and I'll come back out. But they said, not this time, bud. We're keeping a close eye on your ass when you get out of jail. We're gonna make if you got any money hiding, you're gonna go into the big house, not a house of correction. The big house this time around. You jerk. They said to him. They think he has money hidden. So we'll see. We'll see. Hope more people come in tonight to join me on this live stream. We're gonna be on here. We're gonna go for 2 hours tonight, and when we're gonna be done. But anybody wants to come in and join us, you're welcome to it. To come into my stream and participate in, you know, being part of the stream, thumbs up and all that stuff. So
Oh crap! Have I been talking and you couldn't hear me?
I guess so. You were muted.
Jesus. Okay. So, dang. What's the last thing you heard me say?
I don't remember.
Oh man. Okay. So my
But
whole point, my
so
whole
you said something about him owing you money. I think that's what you're talking about.
no, no. So my whole point is karma catches up to you, and if you get caught in the wrong hands, okay. So anyways, my daughter and my daughter's dad and I, He told me, I hired an attorney. I know you can't afford it. Just come down to the office. You can sign paperwork. We'll set it up as 50-50. I was like, okay, cool. I appreciate that. Thanks. I was young when I had my daughter. I was 18 when I got pregnant. I was 19 when I had her. I left him when she was a year old. So I was probably 22.
Okay.
So I was going to college, but I didn't have a good job, yada, yada. So I left him. I went down to the office and I told his attorney, I don't want to sign this. I want to take home this paperwork and read it. It all sounds really good, what you're telling me, but I would like to go over it myself. So he's like, yeah, that's fine. You can come back and, drop it off and whatever. It'll be 50-50, yada, yada. So I take it home. I read it. I'm like, something's wrong. And I tell my boyfriend at the time, and he's like, yeah, something's definitely wrong. So then I call my grandma because my grandma raised me and, we have our own issues and stuff. She's kind of, but whatever. She's not stupid. She used to be a dental hygienist. She read it. She's like, absolutely, something's not right. Like, we're going to hire an attorney. We have a family friend that your uncle worked with. He was your uncle's friend since the time that the boys were 14. I think
Okay.
they were probably in their late 30s,
Okay.
40s, whatever. So I hired him. It was a minimum $1,000 down deposit. I didn't have that, but because I was my uncle's niece, he cut me a deal for, I want to say 500 or 700, which I still didn't really have, but I came up with it.
Okay.
But yeah, moral of the story, if you have money, if you're reputable, shut his ass down. He basically, if I would have signed that documentation, I would have signed my rights away to my kid. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, but that's
Oh, wow.
what my whole point is that's what money gets you. So this guy, luckily, for 3 months work, I think it was 2 or 3 months, I think he charged me like 3 or 4 grand. If you got money, money talks. So this
Right.
guy the guy that did you wrong, he got caught by somebody that had money. So now that the doctor came out and reported his ass, now he's going to be on watch when he does get out. It's
Mm-hmm.
a shame that it takes money, but it unfortunately, if you got money, you'll get caught. So
Yep.
he's an idiot. He's definitely an idiot. And this guy that tried to screw me over was an idiot because I knew somebody, and I came up with the money, but I knew somebody and I shut them down too.
So what was he trying to take your kid away?
Basically, yeah, he was trying to get me, he disguised it in talk at the meeting. He was all nice, even though he was mad that I left him. I mean, he was very bitter. And I tried to explain to him, like, we have to be friends. We have a child. We're going to have a child until we pass. Like, till the end of time, we're connected. And he could not get over the fact that I left him. And he begged
Oh.
and he pleaded. He took her from me and he locked me out of the house. And every at the time when I moved in, I was 18
Okay.
when I got pregnant, so I was 19 when I had her. So
Mhm.
I came from a broken home and I thought, okay, this guy's got his head on his shoulders, so I trusted him with the bills and yada yada. I didn't have any reason to have mail sent to my house. So he actually locked me out of the house one time and the cops were like, ma'am, do you have any bills or mail forwarded here to prove like your address? And I'm like, no, because I wasn't paying and everything was in his name. I wasn't even on a lease. And
Oh, wow.
they told me if I would have had bills or mail sent there, but I had no reason for anybody to send me anything because he took care of everything. I was so young.
Okay.
And when he locked me out and I was like, well, how do I get in and get my stuff? Like, what if one of the windows are unlocked? And they were like, no, ma'am, we strongly advise that you call us and we can show up and we can make sure that you get your belongings. But
Oh,
if you enter, even if
yeah.
he's here or not, that's breaking and entering. So yeah, he royally tried to screw me, but I came up with money and had a very reputable attorney, and it put his attorney to shame, and he actually ended up owing money, which is what paid my attorney off, because he tried to file his taxes he tried to claim our daughter, and my attorney threatened him, which my attorney wasn't going to do anything. He didn't want to pay child support. So he didn't want to pay child support, and he was griping about that. And my attorney threatened him for that. And he's like, yeah, and mind you, he made $80,000 a long time ago. So $80,000 back then, even $80,000 now is a good bit of money. But
Mm.
my attorney, and that, so anyways, he ran back to his attorney, and he was scared, and he's like, what do I do? So my attorney actually settled for him paying me $198 a month, which
Okay.
is nothing, and it wasn't anything back then, but I didn't want his money, and my attorney was like, no, you're going to take it, he's not paying you. And then he told me in 3 years, you have to wait 3 years before you can have him audited for child support. He's like, you make, let's say 20,000, where he makes 80,000. In 3 years, you call the department and you tell them you want him audited, which I never did. So I still only get $198. But I never wanted his money. I just wanted to be done with him. But he wasn't playing. And he actually scared the shit out of my daughter's dad. So that doctor, I guarantee you, he scared the pants off of this guy that was doing a crap job. And he's not, if he tries to pull that again, he's going to wish he didn't.
He lost his house and everything. That guy, the IRS took everything.
Mm-hmm.
They took everything, trucks, everything. They took even the house. They took everything. So he
Some,
lost everything.
yeah, some people, it never catches up to them. But you mess with somebody with money or know somebody, and you're going to wish you never did. That's for damn sure.
But so that guy, that landlord that took your money, he's gonna get screwed one day too,
Oh, 100%.
and he'll get it and probably go to jail too and lose all his properties. He'll screw
I'm
the
gonna
wrong person.
I'm gonna have to find out and see if that house next to us ever sold.
But I bet you he'll screw the wrong person one day and he'll get it good. He'll lose
Oh, he
everything.
will.
He'll
He
probably be
will.
in the. But they're thinking that he's hiding money because that manager there I had it out with, and this is funny. When he was doing my addition, right, he kept calling everybody to go, well, you have to leave now, you go to another job. He kept trying to shift them in different areas, right?
Mm-hmm.
I said to him, hey, jackass, that guy's not leaving my house. He's finishing his job and then he can leave. And he says, well, I'm no, I said, I don't care if you're a damn owner of a company or not. I hired you. I'm your boss, stupid.
Yep.
And I was giving him the shit. And I said, don't give me any crap because I'll give it right back to you. This guy is not leaving this house until this job, this what he's doing is done. And then he can go to the next job. And you shut your friggin' mouth or I'll slap it shut. And he was saying, don't talk, I'll talk to you where I want to talk. There's nothing you can do about it. By law, I'm your boss. And you can't say nothing to me. And you know something? The plumber that he hired was a weird guy. He liked guys. He was a weird dude. Really
Mm-hmm.
weird.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And he was insulting him. He took
Really?
the phone and put it near his rear end. And he said he's talking to my butt. And he was dancing and the guy was talking, that contractor, and he
Yeah.
was talking to the phone. He stuck the phone near his ass. And he said, he's talking to my ass. He's talking that guy. That plumber was doing that. And we're all laughing. You know how those Nextel phones you can turn the volume, you can hear him talking, but you can block him from
Yeah.
hearing out. He
Yeah.
had that on the phone. He was dancing and saying that. We're all laughing. We're falling over laughing.
That's
And he was
funny.
talking away, and he was saying, "Oh, he's talking to my ass." Yeah, we're all laughing in the truck. We're having a lot of fun. We're laughing our asses off. And the electrician that his name's Ken, he didn't like him either. He had it out with one of his workers because the bathroom that he put in our house, he moved the door over, all right, and he ain't supposed to do it. It's supposed to have the door not to hit the vanity, and he moved it over. He did a lot of changes. He's a crook. He had this the deck on my house, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had. He was supposed to move the deck over a little bit, make sure the railing was matching to the window, and he changed the blueprint.
Oh,
And I
that
had
would have pissed me off.
and I had it out with him. I had a fight with him. I was telling
Oh, yeah, that would have pissed. Well, and that's what's crazy too. These guys get paid great money. So, and I get it. Like when I had my house fire, these
Mhm.
guys actually got into it. Like electricians will get into it with plumbers. They'll get into it with roofers, which the electricians are just coming in to install the electric. The plumbers are just coming in to install the plumbing. But,
Yep.
you know, the assholes running the show tell their guys, "Hey, you need to do this." And then the electricians, their guys say, "Hey, you need to do that." And then the roofers, their guys say, "Hey, you need to do this." Well, then they clash and then they start
Yep.
getting into shit. So I want to say some of the guys might have been drinking on the job when the house fire went about. But either way, all of them were just obeying their bosses, but everybody was clashing. And some of the guys wanted to fight each other, so
Oh wow.
they ended up driving off the site. So that actually pushed back production, productivity for a
Yeah.
house. But
Oh.
yeah, it's a common occurrence because this guy wants to one up this guy and this guy, not the workers, but their bosses, and they want to change this and they want to do that. They're just cocky little assholes. They're greedy
Yep.
little pricks. They got money. They're
Mhm.
running a business and nobody's working together. So then the employees are just trying to do their stuff and banging out.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Mm.
Honestly, I would never, unless an entire company was building my house. So I hired an entire crew specifically for plumbing and electric and roofing and siding and putting up the drywall and
Mhm.
putting in the floors. Yet I've heard so many stories of the guys, and the guys were cool. They were chill. They were mellow. But yeah, when we had the house fire, we heard so many things from all different workers, and they're supposedly um what was it, CRS or something, I don't know. The insurance company brings in the people to put up the house because your insurance company, which it could have been different too, because when we had the fire, COVID went on. So
Well, the
my
Hong
daughter,
Kong,
yeah, my daughter was at home and she
yeah,
was doing.
Ashley, call it the Hong Kong food. They'll shut me off, so be careful.
Huh? Oh,
You,
the name.
yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
that's all
um
right.
when such and such went down,
Yeah.
the insurance company had to pick it up. So my daughter was 10 when it happened, and they actually went over because with what went down, everything spiked in price. So we were only, I think, covered up to 200 and some thousand, and we ended up going up to 300 and some thousand because I mean, I was on the phone like because lumber or timber, all that crap,
Well,
it was insane. It went up, and it was crazy. It was a crazy time.
so what happened to the house anyway afterwards?
When all was said and done, everything, they all came together. They all figured it out. It took way longer than it was supposed to. I think we started off in a hotel.
Oh
We
wow.
were on the second floor. I was complaining because Boomer, my dog, was blind and old, and he couldn't go up the steps. My daughter was young, and so they put us in a house. Then they put us in a house, and it was hot. It was hot as balls. They had an
Oh,
AC unit, but it didn't get any cooler than like 76,
oh my God.
76 or 78 in the summer. So we didn't even run the AC. But we were lucky because there was a ton of trees. We were right next to a park. We went fishing. We took the dogs on walks. Then my lab got sick. She got diabetes.
Mhm.
Um, she ended up passing in the house. We eventually got to go back to the house. Everything was perfect, except for the um the basement. Something went wrong with the sump pump, which they ended up fixing. But we had a finished basement, and the flooring got submerged in water,
Oh,
and the insurance company refused to replace the flooring.
oh,
Um, but everything else, it was great. Like I said, it was a bit of a struggle. It was a battle, but they put in new siding. We paid out of pocket for windows. I wanted a jacuzzi tub. They put that in. We paid out of pocket for that. No, they were really really cool, but some of the guys, like, they almost were at each other's throats, and
oh.
that was because they're bosses.
So whatever happened to the house now, though? What is it doing now?
Oh, my ex is a prick. Um,
Oh, yeah, axe. Okay, gotcha.
I didn't want to battle, couldn't afford an attorney. Not that I would really need one, but if he hired one, I probably could have got legal aid, and I gave him the house. I gave him the house, I gave him my cats, and I took my dogs. Now,
Oh,
he wasn't a total prick, because the house that I was in with the pictures flying off the wall,
yeah.
his dad moved in with him, and his wife is the one that committed suicide, my ex's mom.
Oh, wow.
And that's why the pictures and stuff are flying off the wall, because I moved into their home and she was pissed.
Oh, okay.
Now, she was never violent, but she did give me horrible anxiety. I ended up in the hospital twice.
Hmm.
I think she passed on what she was going through to me,
Yeah.
because she was very heavily medicated, and I refused to take medication. They tried to push that on me in the hospital, but me and my ex are civil and we're on speaking terms. But he made out. He made out great. Beautiful home. Beautiful home. I only pay a little bit less than he does for the
Yeah.
house I have now. It ended up costing me, I think it was 118.5 for the house we had, which is bigger than the house I have now a little
Hmm.
bit. Um, it was a ranch, and it had a
Right.
fenced. We fenced in the yard and stuff. It didn't have a garage. We don't have a garage here, but yeah, it was a gorgeous house.
Mm.
And yeah,
This house I'm living in is 163 years old.
see, you're so lucky. I really wanted that. I really wanted that 4-story house, 3-story house.
But I think this was a military hospital back in the day
Mm-hmm.
because they had a loading dock in the cellar and everything. It was kind of weird, but the guy did some repairs to the foundation. The guy used to live here, so he did some repairs to the house is old, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
he cellar put a lot of cement up. So he no, he did a lot of work to the house. He told me he did a lot of major renovations, so the house is strong. So, but
What?
um,
How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? And do you have a basement and an
yeah,
upstairs?
we have a big basement. We have rocks in our basement because the house when they built it didn't have the tools they need to remove the boulders, so they're still in the basement. They're down there.
Like the walls?
The walls are sturdy. This whole house is built really good. It's strong, you know. It's
But I
not.
mean, are the walls rocks? Like, because you know how some houses, like, I
Yeah,
just look.
Yeah, they have. That's a rock foundation. It's very solid.
Okay,
Yeah.
with the mortar.
Yep. Yep.
Nice, awesome.
Hey, Bill, how you doing? Um, but this
Hi,
house here,
Bill.
it was kind of odd because when we moved in here, um, it was the house is pretty small. We didn't have only had one cabinet in the
Uh huh.
kitchen. It was kind of weird,
That is
and,
weird.
and it was a really old house. When we wanted to make an addition, the spirits spiked up. They were pissed. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they were pissed, really pissed. I don't know what I don't know if it was a grave that was out in that yard that was disturbed because they were pissed when we added that addition onto the house. And they went after me, and you know how I am. I'd take anything on and give it back to them. Unfortunately, and they were like they were pissed off, and they were I had it out with them, and I almost died, but I came back, and they bolted out of the house. They wouldn't, they would not stand up to me. They would leave, and they left. And unfortunately, I won the battle. Unfortunately, but the house is very nice. The cabinet kitchen is nice. My mother designed that kitchen when she was alive. Her bedroom is
Nice.
now my studio, which I have. I had to find my hub switch I put away. I had to hook that up to the both cameras. I can print now and have a hub switch for both sides of the press. I can switch over back to the hat press to the t-shirt press that I can print. Um, so that's hooked up pretty nicely. But the whole problem is that room doesn't heat up. There's no heat in there. I have to use a
Yeah.
space heater, so it has no return vent in the kitchen, and then we don't have an return vent hooked like an extension to it. It won't suck up all the cold air out of the house, so it'll stay chilled during the summer. So
Yeah, that reminds me, when we first moved in that house, we didn't know. And the back bedrooms, again, it was a ranch. So the kitchen and the dining room. So when you walk in the house, the dining room was right there. Um, the kitchen and the dining room and the bathroom had heat, but the living room, which was actually really huge, and it had a huge picture window. And the guy, when he redid the house after the fire, said he'd never seen a window that large, and it had like the bench, where you could sit up in it.
yeah,
And then we had sliding doors, and then we had an actual door up to the steps. This was all the back half, and then the kitchen. Um, we think that, and the wood, when the fire happened, they said they used like a cheap wood, which was really thin. So when it used to be carpeted, so they took out the carpet and they put, not laminate, but what is that, vinyl, that looks like the fake wood.
yeah,
um
yeah.
they had to replace that, but there was a fireplace, a chimney, but it was gas. And it said online when we bought the house, it was either fire, like you could burn wood, or it was gas, but it was just fire, like gas.
Oh,
um they said that they think that was an addition, and they actually had a line that they capped off after the fire,
hmm,
which was a gas cap. So I don't know if they had like an additional gas stove, like, or
hmm.
I mean, it wasn't there when we moved in, but after the fire, they capped off that piece, because there used to be a built-in entertainment system down
Oh,
in the family room. So I'm
okay,
assuming, because the whole wall was, it was mostly brick, I would say 80%. And
okay.
the chimney, we had to actually repair that, put flashing on it, because when it rained, it went down into the gas fireplace. I mean, they did a lot of repairs, but that room was cold. The kitchen was good. The living room, or the dining room, was good. The hallway was good. The bathroom was good. But then the back bedrooms, there was three back bedrooms. Those didn't get heat either. Like
Okay.
you could hear it, but it wouldn't blow out. And that's how my rental house was. when it got cold in the winter, you could not feel, you could hear the heat, but you couldn't feel the heat. It was blowing out, but the bedrooms were cold, so we had to run the space heaters, like you're saying.
Yeah. So this house here, when we get that addition, the spirit spiked up. I mean, really spiked up. Um, so I even happened to see the guy that was causing the trouble, and
Mm-hmm.
believe. And then I had someone. This is the weirdest thing that ever happened to me. Some guy was sneaking up and was hit me over the head with a heavy piece of wood. I didn't know who the
Uh-huh.
guy was. I even never met him. But my protector that I had chased him away, and he ran like a sucker because every time he seen me, he quit every job that he had when he seen me. He was scared to death of me. He would not look at me. He'd quit the next day. He was gone.
Really?
He would run away from me. He would not nothing to do with me. He said, I'm out of here. I'm gone. So every job I ran into him, he was working at Walmart, he quit that. He quit UPS. He quit the rubbish department. He quit all this place he was working at because he's a scared of me. He's seen something that he wish he never did. Now the whole problem is um, the house is not haunted anymore now, so it's cleaned out. It's not
Mm-hmm.
haunted anymore. This house is fine now. I just have this stupid sister and her husband that are being a pain in my ass. That's the only thing I'm having problems with.
Oh,
And,
geez.
and that they're jerks, all right? But I'm not going to get into that area. But they think I'm
Right.
crazy. They don't think I'm a guy that has powers. I do have powers, but they don't believe it. Fortunately, it's their prerogative. They don't have to.
Right.
But if something took place in their life and something knocked them out or something, they'd say, "Oh, what happened? What happened?" They're arrogant. They don't think they do anything wrong. So
Well,
that's
what blows my mind is people will believe in a higher being, but people won't believe in the things that happen on a daily to people. Like, I'm sure people think that I'm crazy when I saw, like, I've seen orbs in the sky, but they were like fire, but they were like hovering, you know? And I saw one in my pond. It went down and this and that. It got close to my house. My one friend thinks it's kind of like fallen angels, like I have a guardian angel looking over me. And the
yeah.
next time I saw one at night, letting my puppy out. My lab was a little bitty puppy at the
Okay.
time. It freaked me out. I closed the blinds. I brought her in the house. The
Mhm.
second time I saw it, it was in the middle of the day, and I was looking out my bedroom window, and this fireball was coming through the trees, and it was coming towards my window. And I
Okay.
locked myself in the bathroom, because stuff like that scares me. I don't understand it. But
Mm.
it blows my mind that somebody can sit there and criticize you for experiencing extraterrestrial or out of this world, spiritual things. Again, like the pictures falling off the walls, flying off the walls. It happened
Mm.
to me. You cleansed my
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
It happened several times.
Hmm.
People look at me like I'm crazy. Oh, you must be on drugs. Oh, it must be this. It must be that. Well, how are you able to say there's a higher being that you trust and confide in, and you put your faith in, and you praise? But we're crazy that we've encountered spiritual or extraterrestrial, whatever the case, things. No, we're not crazy at all. It's no different than putting your faith in a higher power that you know nothing about. You've just never encountered it.
Now, this is another thing, all right? Everything I have, the Lord's given me, all right?
Yep,
He put lightning through me, all right? I'm not kidding. He put a
I
bolt of
believe
light,
it. I believe it.
and one day I have the power when that spirit, remember that time that I was cleansing some houses on YouTube. You were there. You seen what happened, right?
Yeah.
It's one guy. It was one Stephen F. He used to have that channel there. He has a different channel now. I took
Mm-hmm.
that spirit that his daughter brought in his house. All right, and my foot burnt him up. I had black. My whole foot was dark black in the morning. I had a picture. I don't have it now, but it was black as coal. All right. He
Mm-hmm.
don't have that spirit anymore. So I took it out. It doesn't exist anymore. All right. But I don't care if people criticize because I'm laughing about them. I'm thinking they're jerks. I don't care.
Sure.
They're Catholics. They don't Catholics don't are not really saved Christians anyway.
I
They're,
agree. I
they're
agree.
the Bible says they're under the law and they're not under grace. So that's what they said in the scriptures. I know the Bible real well.
Mm-hmm.
So and her husband knows the Bible, but he don't really. I don't think he really understands it. If he did, he wouldn't be acting the way he's acting. He's acting like a real idiot. You don't think he sins or nothing. That's how stupid he is. Dumb, stupid. He offends people. He won't say he's sorry to people. When he offends people enough, and that's going to be his downfall later on in life.
100%.
But I don't hate him. I don't hate anybody. I just got mad and told him off. And the things I said to him wasn't nice, but I don't care. He provoked me, and he
Right.
shouldn't have provoked me. So
Sometimes it's like that.
but otherwise, everything's fine. Everything's quiet. I have another sister I talk to, and everything's fine. So I don't want to bring that up on YouTube. It's bad to bring up personal situations. But anyway, when you're a spiritual person, people don't understand it.
Nope.
And we don't have to understand it because it's nothing to do with them. It's nothing to do with me or you or, if you what you experience. But we don't have to explain anything to them because, one time I went to a church, right? And I was going to his church. This guy's running around with his wife. He's a pastor, right?
Okay.
And I went in that church and the kids started saying, "Oh, don't get near me. Don't touch me. Don't hurt me." And I thought that was weird. I said, "What's the matter with this kid?" And the mother said, "Oh, he acts like that. Something's going on with that man, and that kid. I don't know what he's doing to that kid, but something going on." And I still believe it to this day. I don't know what's going on, but he got that church like a cult, and he's acting like he's a leader. I don't know. The guy's a weirdo, but he kicked me out of the church. He didn't want me going there because I don't want you coming back here either. I said, "That's all right with me." I said to him, "God will deal with you later on anyway, so go right ahead. He knows what you're doing." And the lightning struck the building, so one almost lit the church on fire with the lightning. And he said, "Oh, I thought the lightning blew up there, so that's why the whole church caught fire." What a weirdo! The guy sounds like he's stupid and dumb. But life's one big mystery, though. I'd rather know nothing. Yes, possibly so. Yeah, if people don't know without what we know, but it's all right.
Sometimes, sometimes yes.
But I'm laughing at them, because I'm not the only one's laughing. I'm laughing with my friends. I'm laughing, and she said I was crazy, and you're out of your mind. She said, I said, "No, you're not so much out of my mind." And I said things to her, and I didn't say anything else. What I said to her, it's too bad for this channel. But I put him in bed. We're not talking now, so it's all right. I don't care anyway. I can't stand being around them. But anyway, I have I'm settling myself down these days, so I'm not talking much about my gifts that I have, because right now they're laughing right now, and I can hear them laughing about them too. I don't know what they're gonna do to them, but I don't know.
Yep.
They're laughing at themselves. He thought you were crazy, and they're laughing. It's yeah, what jerks. But it's funny. People are funny all the way around. The world's, it's all crazy, and it's all different things out in this world we don't understand. But sometimes maybe it's not better that we don't understand it. Sometimes we're not meant to understand it. So
Exactly.
we just let it go and let it take its course.
Well said, Lynn.
But I'm glad that your house is working out for you. I'm glad you're in a better place now and you're not putting up with the bullshit from that idiot. You know what I mean? It's like,
Me too. Trust me, we're all relieved.
yeah, I'm glad that you finally got a house that you all can settle down and be more at ease, more comfortable and more at peace. So that's good about it. I'm glad
Yep.
for all of this because you deserve having that. So I'm just happy for all of you and everything. So what's going on, Siberian gal pal? What's up tonight there? What's going on? How's Ozzy doing? Is he doing good?
Hey, Gab.
But my channel's growing slowly. I'm not in a hurry to grow it any higher. I'm just growing. I'm just having fun on here. Being monetized is not a big deal. It's not a very big deal, which I don't care for. I used to care for it, but not anymore. I'm just bored with it. So I'm just wanted to have fun on here. That's all I want to have fun on this. Do what I like doing is chatting with everybody and everything, visiting people on YouTube. Just that I don't do that worship channel much because the Lord stopped me from preaching on it. I don't know what was going on with him, but I can't say because I don't know. But
All right. Hey, Wayne, I'm going to go
yeah,
in the restroom and I'm going to go hang out with Nate and